Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Is a monopoly a good thing or a bad thing? I think it's a bad thing because monopoly implies no competition. And whereas no competition, there is going to turn into tyranny. That is, the person in charge, having no opposition, can do whatever they want. Why? Because you are going to come to me. I'm the one. So in ideas, in politics, in anything, you want diversity, right? Diversity is our strength. You want competition. That's the word, competition. And competition, you have it with diverse thoughts, diverse offers of product, or diverse ideas, right? So if we allow these guys to have a monopoly on the society, on the culture, on our civilization, which they are perverting, then they will have eventually a monopoly on all of us, on the way we think, we're supposed to look like, we have to act, we have to applaud, we have to hate, everything dictated by an ideology. So I think right now something of great importance develops, and that is a strong, viable alternative to the perversion. Competition in itself is a good thing, even if you have two bad products, because they will compete in getting better one and another, right? But if you have only one that is bad, it's going to get worse. What's going on? We have here a little Twitter chat, and the Twitter chat was between Elon Musk, Andrew Tate, Andrew Jones, and Vivek Ramaswamy. Oy vey. They are shaking in their Quakers. So what's going on here? These guys seem to focus, or at least get together, at least to talk. Remember, sometimes in competitions, you don't know you are in a competition. They don't tell you. And at the end of the day, they're going to say, stop, let's see who won. And you're like, I wasn't told this is a competition. We fooled you. Let me show you. We have here a little motto. Maybe you know it. Israeli Mossad's motto. By deception, thou shalt do war. So, as Sun Tzu, no, the art of war is the art of deception. That's all. You deceive. You deceive and you win. So, remember this one. This is the way these guys want to win against others, like Musk, like Vivek Ramaswamy, like Trump, like Jones, like Tate, like others. How? They deceive you. And you too. If you're not part of an ideology, you think you're not, you just mind your own business, but you belong to a group because they put you in that group. You don't know a war is waged against you. And that's the whole point. By deception, thou shalt do war. They are doing it, deceiving you, thinking that you're A-okay. Why? Because they're weak. But they grow stronger by keeping you watching movies, consuming, and lying to you since infancy. So what am I talking about? There's a word that they don't want you to wake up, because if you wake up, they're going to be gone in a few hours. But they don't want you to wake up. They want you to stay asleep. So let me show you about this article that I have here regarding the 4 guys that met over a Twitter chat. And I'm just going to point out to you how the media, this particular media, which is at war with you, if you're watching this channel, that means he's at war with you. Guarantee you that. So let me show you how they deceive you, and I want to show you. Here is the article from Rolling Stone, and this is from Althea Legaspi from December 10th, 2023. I listened partly to this Twitter chat, but anyway, I'm not going to tell you anything about it. You can go and find it. Elon Musk marks race to bottom. That means already it's a disappointment that this guy knows that he's at war. And he gets together with other people who are joining the same side against these guys. And they are afraid. They are afraid. Not they. Those guys are afraid. Let me show you. Race to the bottom with Alex Jones, Ramaswamy, Andrew Tate in live Twitter chat. All right, so let's see how they portrayed these guys' chat. They're going to attach some names to them. Each of them. Elon Musk has reinstated infamous conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. Bad dude, don't listen to him, right? And to mark the occasion, Musk gathered a panel for an X Spaces conversation on Sunday. The discussion included Jones, already he is a conspiracy theorist, infamous, bad dude, Andrew Tate, who faces charges of rape, human trafficking, and organized crime, controversial Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy, Trump disgraced former National Security Advisor Mike Flynn, and other problematic figures for an X Spaces conversation on Sunday. You got that? So Mike Flynn is over there as well, who's a disgraced guy, and other problematic figures. Now this is war. They are at war, not these guys right here. Those guys who are part of this garbage, not Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones is a small piece of their megaphone that they have. Did you hear? Did you see how they portrayed the other side? Now, if the other side would start talking like that, they immediately are becoming called like haters. And they expect us to, oh my God. It seems like if you're called in this context a hater, it sounds like you might, use it as a badge of honor. My friends, through deceit, thou shalt whatever wage war or something. Remember? So that's the way it is. They want you to fall asleep, and little by little they take over you, take over your children, and then they're gonna hit you when they have everything in their hand. The military is in their hand right now. Look at the two guys in charge, right? Brown and idiot, what's his name? Austin. Those are not yours. You just sleep, my friends. They are over there. They have the White House in their hand. Look who's over there. And the problem is you don't know who's really behind. But we can only guess. The ones that shackled the United States of America, which is you. They shackle your children. They shame your children. They try to feel an non-existent guilt. Remember, it's a war, but they don't want you to wake up. Remember how people vote? Remember when they group people on the votes and say, well, Jewish vote is what, 90% or more Democrat. What does that tell you? All right. Oh, the African American vote under Barack Obama, it was 98%. Regularly is about 95, 93. Under Trump was a little bit lower, but still in the 80s. So 90s. That's a group that votes for some. And they say, well, too many whites voted for the Republicans. But nobody bothers to say too many Jews voted for the Democrats. Nobody bothers, or Mexicans, or not Mexicans, Latinos, let's put it this way. You can use Mexicans the same way. It's like they belong as a group to that one. But when it's about the white group, if they're 50-50, that's a problematic. They shame those guys, not the other ones. So, my friends, whomever you are over there, this ideology, if you think right now that you are part of it, the victimhood mentality and all that, or you think you're an ally, remember allies in history, and I'm going to give an example. Allies usually are killed last. After these guys, with your help, destroy the opposition, they look around and say, actually, you belong to them. Now, thank you very much. We don't need to show any sympathy to you. Take you from here, put you where you belong, and pay back. Remember the example of Haiti. Why don't you read about it? I think it was 18 something, and it was the French. The French had allies, and the allies were killed last. Just look at the Haiti massacre. Now, I'm not implying something like this would happen here, but I don't know, just saying. I'll just give you an example. Remember, so the allies. So there's a war here. Those guys, it seems like good or bad, the way these guys portrayed them, all their interpretation and their negative traits. Like I would say, well, war criminal Bill Clinton met with war criminal George W. Bush, with war criminal Tony Blair, with war criminal Madeleine Albright. If I would use the term that fits them, really fits them, these guys are going to say these guys is hate crime or hate something, which is true. Everything I said is true. All the names I gave these guys, because their actions had consequences, and the consequences were Madeleine Albright and Bill Clinton. 500,000 children in Iraq died due to their sanctions. They bombarded a sovereign country, independent country of Yugoslavia, without an authorization from the United Nations Security Council. That's a war crime. These guys invaded, Bush and Tony Blair, they invaded a sovereign independent country that never attacked the United States of America, never attacked it. Not even terrorists. The terrorists were from different locations on a false pretense. Anybody lost his life? Anybody was imprisoned? All the crimes that occurred in Iraq and Afghanistan based on a lie. Anybody paid with anything? No, they're heroes. They're veterans. Now, you guys just served your country, but you're not fighting a good war. Sorry to say that. It was a war started on a false lie pretense. If you think you brought democracy and freedom, what about, let's say, how about the Swiss will bring freedom and democracy to US? Would you agree with that? Of course not. Why? Because these guys deluded you, disarmed you, telling you that you're the best. But in the meantime, they work until they get on top, they take care of you, and then the allies are going to be next. And anyway, good job with these guys that got together. As I said at the beginning, competition is always good, even though, let's say, are bad and bad, or bad and good, always good, or good and good, still good, because they compete. So that's the way these guys portray. So wake up, wake up. There's a war over there. It's a war, and it's been waging since the first guys showed up on the U.S., on the United States territory, not the continent, because it was a certain kind of people that love this country too much, and they want to turn it into their, liking. And that's not yours. It's not your founding fathers either. Well, wake up. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.